Hello friends, my name is Suraj Kadam and today we are discussing about clinical trials. Clinical trials are a type of research that studies new tests and treatments and evaluates their effects on human health outcomes. Means in the clinical trials there is some volunteers like healthy volunteers and which on which the studies are done. The next is a clinical trial and how it works. Clinical trials are research studies performed in people that are aimed at evaluating a medical, surgical, or a behavioral intervention. They are the primary way that researchers find out if a new treatment or a new drug or diet or medical device is safe and effective in people. The example is pacemaker. Next one is the type of clinical trials. And the first one is interventional trial, which aims to find out more about a particular intervention or a treatment. Second is observational studies. It aims to find what happens to people in different situations. Third one is feasibility studies, and these are designed to see if it is possible to do the main study. And the next is the phases of clinical trials. Each stage of a clinical trial has its own purpose in ensuring that a treatment is safe and effective for use by the public. And that are the phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, sorry, phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and the last one is phase 4, that is monitoring or post approval in post approval drug in market or marketing. The next is a clinical trial could involve new drugs, medical devices, biologicals, vaccines, surgicals, and other medical treatments and procedures. Psychotherapeutic and behavioral therapies help service changes, preventative care strategies, and educational interventions are also example of clinical trials. The next question is, why do we do a clinical trials? Then the answer of this question is, clinical trials look at a new ways to prevent, detect, or treat disease. Treatments might be new drugs or new combinations of drugs, new surgical procedures or devices, or new ways to use existing treatments. The goal of clinical trial is to determine if a new test or treatment work and is safe or not. And there are next one is the stages of clinical trials. The first stage is discovery and development. Second one is preclinical research. Third one is clinical research. Fourth is FDA drug review, and fifth, FDA post market drug safety monitoring. The next one is explanation of phase 1 clinical trial. In the first step, testing a new treatment on humans, a phase 1 clinical trial tests the safety, side effects, dosing, means best dose, and the timing of a new treatment. It may also test the best way to give a new treatment. For example, by which route it gives, by mouth, by infusion into a vein, or injection, and how the treatment affects the body. Next one is phase 2 clinical trial. Phase 2 clinical trial tells doctors more about how safe the treatment is and how well it works. Doctors also test whether a new treatment works for a specific cancer. They might measure the tumor, take blood samples, or check how well you can do certain activities. Next one is stage 3, third phase of FDA approval. There are three primary phases of the approval process. That means clinical trials, preclinical trials, clinical trials, and new drug application review. It's NDA. In this phase, we have to submit preclinical, clinical trial data to FDA, and with this, we have to submit a new drug application review for approving that drug, and then the FDA will decide if the drug is safe or not to use for humans. and then the FDA will approve the drug, and then drug is ready for use in market or sell for marketing. And the last one is phase 4 trial, a type of clinical trial that studies the side effects caused over time by a new treatment after it has been approved and is on the market. These trials look for side effects that were not seen in earlier trials and may also study how well a new treatment works over a long period of time. And one more trial is phase 0 clinical trial. The official name of a phase 0 clinical trial is exploratory investigational new drug, it means IND study, and the goal is to quickly establish whether an agent will work as desired in humans. The theory is that such a trial should also quickly weed out ineffective drugs. The next is why participate in a clinical trial. There are many reasons why people choose to join a clinical trial. Some join a trial because the treatments they have tried for their health problem did not work. Others participate because there is no treatment for their health problem. By being part of a clinical trial, participants may find out about new treatments before they are widely available. Some studies are designed for or include people who are healthy but want to help find ways to prevent a disease, such as one that may be common in their family. Many people say participating in a clinical trial is a way to play a more active role in their own healthcare. Other people say they want to help researchers learn more about certain health problems. Whatever the motivation, when you choose to participate in a clinical trial, you become a partner in scientific discovery, and your contribution can help future generations lead healthier lives. Major medical breakthroughs could not happen without the generosity of clinical trial participants, young and old. The next point is how do researchers decide who will participate in trials? After you consent, you will be screened by clinical staff to see if you meet the criteria to participate in the trial or if anything would exclude you. The screening may involve cognitive and physical tests. Inclusion criteria for a trial might include age, stage of disease, sex, genetic profile, family history, and whether or not you have a study partner who can accompany you to future visits. Exclusion criteria might include factors such as specific health conditions or medications that could interfere with the treatment being tested. Many volunteers must be screened to find enough people for a study. Generally, you can participate in only one trial or study at a time. Different trials have different criteria, so being excluded from one trial does not necessarily mean exclusion from another. It is important for clinical trials to have participants of different ages, sexes, races, and ethnicities. When research involves a group of people who are similar, the findings may not apply to or benefit everyone. When clinical trials include diverse participants, the study results may have a much wider applicability. Researchers need the participation of older people in their clinical trials so that scientists can learn more about how the new drug therapies or medical devices or medical surgical procedures or tests will work for older people. Many older people have special health needs that are different from those of younger people. For example, as people age, their body may react differently to drugs. Older adults may need different dosages or different amount of dosages of a drug to have the right results. Also, some drugs may have different side effects in older people than younger people. Having seniors enrolled in drug trials helps researchers get the information they need to develop the right treatment for older people. Researchers know that it may be hard for some older people to join a clinical trial. Thank you.